Hi, everybody. I'm Nicole.
I'm Jason.
I'm Caden.
I'm Jaden.
I'm Eli.
And we are the Yahuwah and the Torah channel. And we thank you guys very, very much for joining us and for hanging out with us. We are doing the laws, statutes, and commands of Messiah Yahushua. Who is that?
That is many people know him as Jesus Christ. That is not him. That is not his name at all. His name was nothing close to that because he had no J's, and that's closer to Zeus, which is the mighty one of like lightning or something.
Yeah.
That's not even close to his name. It comes from Isis. It comes from a whole bunch of evil satanic origins. His real name was closer to Yahushua. It's closer to Joshua. It was like Joshua with a Y. It's Yahushua, and it meant salvation. That's why when you hear Yahushua and you hear Yahushua from the Old Testament, it sounds so similar because both their names meant salvation.
Okay, so Jaden, this is the same Yahushua that came and abolished the law for us, correct?
Wrong. This only came down and died. Everyone knows he died on the cross, right? He died on the stake. He died for our sins, as everyone knows. But he didn't get rid of the law. He never said, I abolished the law. He came down so we had a repentance of sin, because he had the holy veil of the sacrifices. It ripped, and it was useless. It was no longer needed, because you would use sacrifice behind that veil. But since it ripped, we no longer needed to do sacrifice. He became the ultimate sacrifice, so we had true freedom of sin and a way into everlasting life.
Eli, the laws, it said in Matthew, it says they're fulfilled, which means they're done away with, right?
No, it means that he did not come to destroy the Torah or the prophets. He did not come to destroy. He came to fulfill them. He came to complete them. He came to fix where the people were doing wrong. He came to tell them to keep the Torah and stop.
Right, fulfilled. That to me means done, right? So I mean, he basically said the laws are no more.
No, he said it means completed.
Oh, completed. Why wouldn't the laws of our Creator be gone, Jaden?
Because they're for all generations, they're for till the heaven and earth pass away, and we're still on earth.
Well, are you guys trying to tell me that there's not going to be like one period or one comma or one
It says
quote?
not so, that nothing of the Torah, not one jot or one tittle will ever pass away until heaven and earth are gone.
Tell me some of the blessings, Caden, you get from keeping the laws, statutes, and commands of our Creator.
Well, we're not sick all the time from eating the sick food that we're not supposed to eat. We are not going out and getting into lots of trouble because we know the Torah says don't do certain things, and we're not going to put our lives in danger like that.
Do you find this, Jade, as a blessing or a curse, or harder or easier to keep the law, statutes, and commands of our Creator?
I see it as a blessing because we know Yahuwah is with us, Yahuwah helps us, and we have seen him help us before. We have seen miracles he has done in our lives.
All right, well, I'm almost convinced, but Eli, aren't you sure that these laws, statutes, and commands, aren't they for the old people of God who are Moses' people? I mean, we're not hanging with these tribes anymore, Eli.
We are Yisrael. If we keep the Torah, we are Yisrael.
Does that mean you're a Jew?
No, we are Yisrael. We are Hebrews.
You're Hebrews, but doesn't that make you a Jew?
No,
No, why not?
because Jews were only one tribe of Yisrael.
Do Jews keep the law, statutes, and commands of our Creator?
No,
Not the correct ones.
They follow their own set of laws. They have like 600 other laws they added when the Israelites returned out of Babylon. It was tribe of Judah. They ended up with a whole bunch of other laws and Babylonian traditions, and they had their own laws.
Okay, so you're saying that being a Jew is the same as being a Mormon,
Yes.
and the same as being a Catholic?
I would say
They're all different. They're all different.
I
They
would
have their own
say-
different rules, but yes, it's all Satanism.
Yes.
It's different than the Mormons and Catholics, but it's still not following Yahuwah. So yes, it's still evil. It's all same evil.
Beautiful. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate that clarification. Today is a new month, everyone. Drum roll. We forgot the blowing the shofar yesterday. Can we get a reverse drum roll? Can we do it from the bottom of the table? There, that's not.
Sounds the
There,
same.
that's. It almost sounds the same. Yeah. So we didn't blow the shofar. We forgot to inform people to blow the shofar. Last night was a new moon, and so we are on month 11 of our Creator's calendar. It is the first day of his week, or the first day of his month. It is the second day of the week. It is the 23rd day on the Satanic Babylonian calendar. Miss Nicole, did you get this calendar right this time?
I hope so.
You hope so? How will we know if it is or right? If the moon doesn't come up when it's supposed to? Or when it doesn't?
We don't have the new moon on.
If we have nothing? Okay. Before we get going into this, guys, I want to remind folks, until this is said and done, there is a group of a fake charity called the Hallelujah Scriptures. And this fake charity called the Hallelujah Scriptures says they've been helping orphans, widows, and lepers for years and years and years. They say that they've been giving away free Bibles. Recently has been exposed there are no orphans, widows, and lepers. They have not given away free Bibles. Everything they have is completely for sale. And so we have two families that had just spent 3 months working there for literally for free. They had very, very little income from there, and they were homeless before this. They were living in a tent down by the river at a place called the Parable of the Vineyard Campground, I believe is what it was called. The Yah Scriptures bought a house on stolen funds for $235,000 in September of 2022. And they moved this family into them, and the family has been working there since and has basically working there for 3 months. And the family was doing very, very great work, and they were doing a very great ministry. And in fact, what the Yah Scriptures wasn't doing is sending out Bibles to prisoners. And they found a stack of prisoner letters that the Yah Scriptures basically, in fact, one guy had sent in his stamps. And for anybody who's ever been through prison, the stamps are a commodity. It's cash. This gentleman who was in prison sent in his stamps requesting a Bible. They kept the stamps. They found the stamps in this pile. And for the last 3 months, they have been writing back to these prisoners, getting these Bibles out, doing what the Yah Scriptures has never, ever done before. Now, yesterday and the day before, they were kicked out to the curb. One of the families was extracted out of there. We got them out. Not we, the hand of Yah, got them out, and they were able to go to safety. The second family is still there, and they are in danger right now, and they only have until, what's the date before they're kicked out fully?
The 16th, I think, is the day that they're kicked out.
So 16th of February is this 5-person family loses any hope of any kind of shelter at all. And, the actions of the Yah Scriptures are very, very vile and very, very evil. What we are trying to do, one of the families needs a little school bus. They cost around $4,500, and they take the seats out and they live in these things. They call them schoolies, and this family desperately needs help. Both of these families desperately need help. And if you guys can help them, I will leave the GoFundMe link at the bottom, at the very top of the description on this. Guys, these families are worth the help. It doesn't matter if it's 50 cents. It doesn't matter if it's $1. It matters that it'll add up and that we will make a stand for righteousness, for holiness, and for what Yah's people are all about. And so, guys, if you can help these family, I would just be ecstatic and very, very thankful to you guys. All right, gentlemen, let's continue on. How are you guys doing?
Good.
You guys ready to roll?
Yep.
We have our handy-dandy split screen. And we're good. We're already there. That is awesome. I kind of had it going. Okay, and Yochanan 5. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Okay. After this was the festival of the Yahudim, and Yahushua went up to Jerusalem. In Jerusalem, at the sheep gate, there is a pool, which is called in Hebrew Bet Zatha, having 5 porches. In these were lying a great number of those who were sick, blind, crippled, paralyzed, waiting for the stirring of the water. For a messenger was going down at a certain time into the pool and was stirring the water. Whoever stepped in first, then after the stirring of the water, became well of whatever disease he had. Okay, let's talk about this. It just says that a messenger went down and goes into the pool, right? So we have a pool, and it said it had 5 porches, which basically is, I would imagine, are like 5 entrances into this pool. Now, this pool is some sort of famous pool that at some point, whenever there was a stirring of the water, whoever stepped in first was healed of their disease. Is this real, or was this some myth that we know of as far as this pool?
I feel like it's real, but the people could have been like placebo effect maybe.
Could be a placebo effect, right? It's interesting, though. It says, I guess in the Sefer, it says, for an angel went down at a certain season into the pool and troubled the water. Whosoever then first, after the troubling of the water, stepped in was made whole of whatever disease he had. Interesting stuff. Okay, 5.
I think this is the only of the Gospels that notes this.
Yeah, it's interesting. And so, I wonder how long this pool was there. How long was this messenger? Which messenger? Or, was it the different messengers every time? And what was this about, right? These are some mysteries of our Creator that are just amazing. Okay, 5. And a certain man was there who had a sickness 38 years. And when Yahushua saw him lying there, and knowing that he already had been a long time, he said to him, "Do you want to become well?" The sick man answered him, "Adonai, I have no man to put me into the pool when the water is stirred. But while I am coming, another steps down before me." Okay, So this guy was sitting here, before I go into the next thing, this guy was sitting there. This was like a long time thing, right?
Right.
And he was crippled enough to where he could not get in the water. And basically, whenever they saw the water stirred, people probably just rushed to this thing. And whoever, this is going to be an interesting story, interesting setup here. Okay. 8. Yahushua said to him, "Rise, take up your bed and walk." And immediately the man became well, and he took up his bed and was walking. Now it was the Sabbath on that day. The Yahudim therefore said to him, who had been healed, "It is the Sabbath. It is not right for you to take up the bed." Okay. Do we have any Torah commandments that say we wouldn't take up our bed if we were homeless, or we wouldn't move our bed around? Is this breaking the Torah of Yah if we were homeless and we lift our bed to another alley?
No, this is more of the burdens that Yahushua talks about. They add on to the people, more of the extra laws that weren't necessary.
I would say if the son of Elohim tells you to take your bed and walk, you take your bed and walk.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, 11. He answered them, "He who made me well said to me, 'Take up your bed and walk.' Therefore they asked him, 'Who is the man who said to you, take up your bed and walk?' But the one who was healed did not know who it was, for Yahushua had moved away, a crowd being in that place." I always find the movements of Messiah fascinating, right? He was able to move in and out. These people were trying to
very
get
fast
him.
and they can't find him.
Yeah, he has some kind of abilities to where he's able to sneak in and around without these people getting hands on him. 14. Afterward, Yahushua found him in the Mikdash and said to him, "See, you have been made well. Sin no more, so that no worse befalls you." Okay, do you think this guy was crippled because of his sin?
It kind of sounds like it. It does sound like it, but I think he's just saying, turn to Yah, I think, more than anything.
Yeah, I don't know, because we've talked about this before, and there's some people that have been made sick simply so that the miracle of Yah could be shown. And we've also said, the disciples asked him before, who sinned, his parents or the guy that was blind? And Messiah said neither of them were sinners on this. So I think that the example is, now this guy is made well. Don't go sinning. Don't go evil. Don't take the greatness that our Creator has done and the healing that Messiah has given to you, and don't fall into sin. So I don't know. Okay, 15. The man went away and told the Yahudim that it was Yahushua who made him well. And because of this, the Yahudim persecuted Yahushua and were seeking to kill him because he was doing these on a Shabbat. But Yahushua answered them, "My Father works until now, and I work." Okay, not till now. My Father works until now. I guess it is. And I work. Okay, what does he mean until now? My Father works until now.
I think he's even working right now. I think is what he's trying to say.
Yeah, and in the Sever it says, "My Father works hitherto, and I work."
In mine, in the Amplified in parentheses, it says he has never ceased working. He is still working.
Yeah, and that's the thing is I think everybody except Yah and the messengers and Yahushua get a break, right? I think this was made for all of us, but unfortunately, when you're the creator of the universe, there's still bad things that are happening. You got to deal with it. So, okay, 18. Because of this, then the Yahudim were seeking all the more to kill him, because not only was he breaking the Shabbat, but he also called Elohim his own father, making himself equal with Elohim. Now, did he make himself equal to Elohim, calling him his father?
I don't think so. I think when you say someone's your dad or your father, I mean, they're always going to be above you because they're your parents.
Yeah, anytime that you guys have ever called me dad, I've never thought that you were making yourself equal to me or any of that. And so this is a weird thing. And so, guys, the entire Trinity thing is a bust. The Father is his own being, the Son is his own being, and the Ruach HaKodesh is the power of the Father. So they're all separate. The Father sent his real life Son to be a sacrifice for us, which is the parable of the vineyard in real life, essentially. Okay, 19. Therefore Yahushua responded and said to them, "Truly, truly, I say to you, the Ben is able to do naught by himself, but only that which he sees the Father doing, because whatever he does, the Ben also does likewise." Okay, a lot of things right here, guys. Caden, what is it saying?
He's saying that
Who's the Ben? What is the Ben?
The Ben means the Son.
Right, okay.
So basically saying, the Son can only do what he sees the Father do, what the Father has taught him, is what he's saying. That he sees his Father doing great things, he's going to do those great things. He's going to follow in his steps and do those things.
Or he sees his Father saying, this is how you should obey my laws, statutes, and commands, and that is what he does as well, because that is what his Father said, right? And so Messiah Yahushua did not have another doctrine outside of the Torah. The Torah is always what it's about. 20. For the Father loves the Ben and shows him all that he himself does. And greater works than these he is going to show him in order that you marvel. And again, this is a Trinity buster. Because if Messiah Yahushua and the Father and the Ruach HaKodesh were all the same individual, then Messiah right here is a liar, because he says, for the Father loves the Son and shows him all that he himself does. Either he's schizophrenic and a schizo and thinks that he and himself and everybody else is the same people, and it's not. That's a problem, right? And our Creator is not like that. He's not schizo. He does not have mental issues. It is what he said. And greater works than these he is going to show him in order that you marvel. 21. For as the Father raises the dead and makes alive, even so the Ben makes alive whom he wants. And again, he differentiates himself from his Father. He's not the same. He says, for my Father, for as the Father raises the dead, he's like, even so, I, the Son, I can make alive whom I want, right? These are two separate individuals. Okay, 22. For the Father judges no one, but has given all judgments to the Ben, that that all should value the Ben even as they value the Father. He who does not value the Ben does not value the Father who sent him. Again, this is what it's saying. He who does not value the Son does not value the Father, right? Two separate individuals. 24. Truly, truly, I say to you, he who hears my word and believes in him who sent me possesses everlasting Kai, and does not come into judgment, but has passed from death into life, into Kai. And so, does this mean we won't be judged, gentlemen?
No.
No. But we won't be judged as
We'll be condemned.
We will be condemned. We will have to go through it. We will have to account for every bad thing that we said. 25. Truly, truly, I say to you, the hour is coming, and now is, when the dead shall hear the voice of the Ben of Elohim, and those having heard shall live. Okay, this is something interesting, right? This talks about the dead, right? The dead will hear the voice of the Son of Elohim, and those having heard shall live. This gives you a little bit of hope for people that have never heard of Messiah, right? I mean, if somebody dies and never heard of Messiah Yahushua, it says right here, the dead are going to hear the voice of the Son of Yah, and those having heard shall live. So it seems like even in your death, if you had not heard about Messiah Yahushua, or let's say, for instance, all of the people from Genesis to Malachi, right, who had never seen or met the Messiah, those guys will have this shot, and they will understand that the Son is the one. 26. For as the Father possesses Kai in himself, so he gave also to the Ben to possess Kai in himself, right? Again, two separate entities, right? The Father possesses life in himself. He gave the Son life to possess in himself. 27. And he has given him, again, Elohim Yahuwah gave Messiah Yahushua all authority also to do judgment, because he is the Ben of Adam. He is the son of Adam, right? And so this is Messiah. 28. Do not marvel at this, because the hour is coming in which all those in the tombs shall hear his voice and shall come forth. Those who have done good to the resurrection of Kai, and those who have practiced evil to a resurrection of judgment. Now, we know that from what we're reading here, that those prior that died will have an opportunity to hear the voice of Messiah Yahushua. But then we know that after he was crucified, we know that the dead jumped out of their tombs and started walking the streets, right?
Right.
And so he essentially prophesied what is going to happen. All those in the tomb shall hear his voice. All right, 30. Of myself I am able to do naught. Guys, we need to look at this one single verse. He says, Messiah Yahushua says, of himself he's not able to do anything. Continuing on. As I hear, I judge, and my judgment is righteous, because I do not seek my own desire, but the desire of the Father who sent me. Guys, this is the Trinity breaking book, right? This is there's no way. Our Messiah talks as an individual, and he talks about his Father being a separate individual. And so this is very, very important that we understand this, because those who pray to Messiah Yahushua, or those who pray to Jesus, that's incorrect. We need to wrap our prayers up in the name of Yahushua, in the name of Messiah Yahushua. That is how we wrap that up, and whatever we ask for in the name of the Son is what if it is willed by the Creator, is what will be delivered to us. Okay, again, 31 is a Trinity buster. If I bear witness of myself, my witness is not true. Okay, guys, if he was the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, he just said he bears, if that was the case, he would be bearing witness of myself. Right there, he's saying that he is not the same as his Father, because there's individuals, right? His Father is a witness of him. He is a witness of his Father. 32. There is another who bears witness of me, and I know that the witness of which he witnesses of me is true. You have sent to Yochanan, and he bore witness to the truth. But I do not receive witness from man, but I say this in order that you might be saved. He was the burning and shining lamp, and for a while you wanted to rejoice in his light. But I have a greater witness than that of Yochanan. For the works that the Father gave me to accomplish, the works that I do, bear witness of me, that the Father has sent me. Okay, again, the Father sent him. And what he's talking about here is his works are walking the Torah perfectly. His witness is the Torah, right? The people saw the miracles. The people saw his ways that he walked, which he walked the Torah perfectly. That is a witness, right? Which will also be a witness against all of us. If we do not walk the Torah, and it will bear witness of us that we broke the Torah. That is what he's saying right here. The Torah, the word of Yah, is a witness because he did what his Father sent him to do. 37. And the Father who sent me, he bore witness of me. You have neither heard his voice at any time, nor seen his form. And you do not have his word staying in you, because you do not believe him whom he sent. Right? These are big things, right? He just crushed these people because he says that they do not know our Creator because they did not believe in the word of the one he sent. 39. You search the Scriptures because you think you possess everlasting Kai in them. And these are the ones that bear witness of me. And again, this is why I'd like to tell everybody that the Hallowed Scriptures is a book. You're not going to find salvation in that book. Every translation of every scriptures you can find salvation in if you take it and you read it and you write it to your heart and you walk the Torah perfectly, or attempt to walk the Torah perfectly, or attempt to get in line with our Creator. Nobody's going to walk this perfectly. We're not going to be able to do that. There's no such thing. But we need to have our obedience come. So when they search the Scriptures, you're not going to find our Creator there. You'll find him in your prayers. You will find him in your heart. You will find him where he is at, dwelling with you. 40. But you do not desire to come to me in order to possess Kai. I do not receive esteem from men, but I know you, that you do not have the love of Elohim in you. I have come in my Father's name, and you do not receive me. If another comes in his own name, him you would receive. Right? So again, he didn't say, I'm my Father. I am not Elohim. He says, I've come in my Father's name, and you did not receive me. Right? But he says others will come and they will be received. 44. How are you able to believe when you are receiving esteem from one another, and the esteem that is from the only Elohim you do not seek? Guys, what does he say right this?
He says he seeks honor from men. They seek honor from people instead of seeking honor from Yahuwah. They do everything in front of men instead of in front of Yahuwah.
How would we get honor from Yahuwah?
So he talked about in other chapters of the Gospels by doing things in secret, by doing it, praying in your closet, right? Don't go out of the corners and try to look good in front of men. You don't want to boast yourself up in front of men. You want to boast yourself before Yahuwah, and that's it. You don't want the world to see what you do. You want Yahuwah to be the one who sees.
Is bringing honor to Yahuwah keeping his laws, statutes, and commands?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay, 45. Do not think that I shall accuse you to the Father. there's one who accuses you, Moshe, in whom you have put your expectation. For if you believed Moshe, you would have believed me, since he wrote about me. But if you do not believe his writings, how should you believe my words?
I bet the Pharisees are so mad after that.
Well, absolutely, right? He's pounding these guys into the sand, this is the truth, and I believe everything in the Besorah, the good news. I believe all of this. I believe our Messiah lives. I believe our King is going to come and rescue us, whether it's in my lifetime or the next lifetime or years to come. I don't know, but I do know that he reigns. I do know the Torah is perfect in everything. And the word of our Creator is why we are here right now and why we are trying to encourage everybody out there to seek the Torah. Seek the way. You're not going to find it in a 501c3 church. You're not going to find it listening to audio podcasts. You're not going to find it listening to anything. You're going to find it by seeking our Creator. When you are seeking Him, you will find the secrets of the Shamayim. You will find the secrets that lie within the Torah. And that is being obedient to our Creator. And there's no other better way to live. It will bring you blessings beyond blessings, and you will have the supernatural protection all around you. That doesn't mean you're not going to get hurt. It means that you will have supernatural protection, and you have the ears of our Creator when you need it. And that's very, very important. So guys, please seek the Creator, seek His word, seek the Torah today, and call upon the name of Messiah Yahushua, that we are able to see each other one day, that we are able to high five and run this kingdom road together and get out of this wickedness of this crazy world where the people are just so evil and vile anymore. It's just become a cesspool. So with that, everybody, we will say goodbye. We will say hopefully you have a great day, and we love you.
All right.
Shalom.
Shalom.